Okay.
We live.
We are live, and we need a light down here because it is dark.
Well, someone stole the ring light and took it to Rev.
All right, I did do that. Did do that sort of thing.
So
All right, hold up, guys. I'm trying to get the.
So I tell you, I need to contact Mr. Bezos for another one.
Contact Mr. Bezos. Okay, hold on. Okay. Oh my god. I really need to do something with the way I look at night.
What up, internet people?
Oh gosh, you guys, I'm apologizing in advance. I mean, I think I start all of our lives saying I look like trash, but feeling extra trashy tonight. We're still trying to figure this out. Okay.
At our next location, we're getting bolted in chairs that can't be moved.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. And light that stays here. Okay, so if you're joining us tonight, welcome.
That's Michelle.
I'm Michelle.
I could be Michelle.
That's Randy. We're the owners of Revolutionized Nutrition. If you're new here, welcome. This is a very casual discussion, very casual meeting. So we have an opportunity to chat with all of our Rev peeps. And if I have a crazy lisp tonight, it's because I'm wearing my Invisalign.
Got her buttons in.
Hey, Steph.
Yeah, we're excited. Rev's off to an exciting new year, having a good amount of new members come back. New members get started. A lot of returning members getting back on their grind. So it's exciting,
Yes.
But also a good time of year to talk about a very touchy topic for gym members, new and old.
Yeah. So we love, hey, Rita, hey, Jordan, hey, Joy. We love seeing the busy season for the gyms because we love knowing that people are, if New Year's is something that really inspires you to get going. Sorry, my list was cracking me up right now. It is a great time for you to get started towards working towards your goals. And we see a lot of people use this as a jump start to a better lifestyle, healthy lifestyle.
Almost every gym has their variation, but we're specifically working with a few different OTFs, OTF Brick and OTF Marlboro on their kickoff challenges.
Yes.
So we spoke last weekend at Brick and we're speaking this Sunday at Marlboro. And the big thing we talked about is, like Michelle said, using these as springboards to success. You never want to be a 2-time transformation winner.
Yeah, there's something wrong there. And I'm laughing. I see Chris hopped on here. I don't know if you see me. We've been marking our territory in the gym as the exact conversation we're going to have tonight. And Paul, what's up? Like he said, this is the time of year. If you have these kickoff challenges, use them as a springboard to a healthier lifestyle. However, there is gym etiquette, the diamond hoodie.
It's so comfy also.
It's the best hoodie. This is also a time to be ready for a busy gym, have backup plans for a busy gym. But if you're a new member, to not be, to also not feel so intimidated and to reach out to professionals for help if you're feeling a certain sort of way, you're feeling nervous about being in the gym for your first time.
And your transformations were on purpose, Paul.
Yeah, Paul, your transformations are different. So we're going to go through some do's and do nots in the gym.
Kind of on purpose.
I want you to keep these in mind and understand that the gym, although it is a place for fitness, health, and wellness, you need to understand that there's also a mental health component to the gym. And a lot of people use the gym as a way to cope. They are in the gym to get away from life stressors, or they're going to the gym for the most quiet part of their day. That's me. I have a very, very active social lifestyle. So when I go to the gym, I don't like to...
It's not her social time.
It's not my social time. I like to be in and out. If you know this about me, you know I have a terrible attention span, and you know that I can't be in one place for very long. So if I'm in the gym longer than 30 minutes, 45 minutes at most, I go berserk also. Yeah. So everybody's there for a different reason. Everybody's there with a different battle. So just respect each other's space and whatnot. So let's go through our do's and do nots. Gym etiquette do number 1.
Street smarts.
Street smarts.
Gym smarts.
Either bring a towel or wipe down the equipment after you use it.
Or if you're at a fancy enough gym who supplies a towel, utilize it.
Utilize it. There is nothing worse than going up to a bench after somebody else has used it and every bodily fluid is on that thing. If you have oily skin, if you have extra hair product, sweat.
Even if you don't think you did, just clean it. A quick little rinse.
Just clean it. Just clean
it.
Like,
am I saying you need to wipe down the bar? No. I mean, that'd be nice too. But like, if you're laying on something or sitting on something, wipe it down.
It's just a nice thing to do for the next person. Next, rack your weights when you are done using them, and not only rack your weights when you're done using them, but rack them in the correct spots. If I'm going to a 20-pound dumbbell spot, but there's 50 pounds in that location, it's gonna kind of piss me off. So just put the stuff
Yeah.
back. It's like you played with a toy, put it back where you
And
got it.
and to me, my biggest offender
Happy
of
New
that
Year. Mm.
is with the plates, putting the 10 behind 1045 or the 25 or the 10.
There's a spot for
I'm
every
not saying you
weight.
need to clean up everybody else's mistake, but just don't add to it.
Correct. Clean that swan bass, Paul Starn says. Yeah, you have to understand not everybody in the gym is as strong as you either. You're very
And also, if
strong.
you're one of the people that, let's say, other members look up to, if they see you doing the right thing, it'll flow downhill.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a gym employee or a trainer, or just, you're a person who has one of the better physiques in that gym. People will do what they see you do.
For the most part, yeah. So the other day kind of pissed me off. We have a leg press. Most gyms have a leg press, and this thing was racked up. All the pins were racked up with 45-pound weights. And this chick goes over. She's probably like 115 pounds. She's this little thing, and she's staring at
1,000 pounds.
45-pound plates on each side that she now has to take off. And I stopped what I was doing to go help her because like I couldn't just watch this chick struggle with these
Right,
plates.
and especially if you're at a gym like Planet Fitness, where they really don't have too much floor staff. So if you're at these smaller gyms that are very affordable, but they don't have trainers and cleanup staff really all the time.
Yeah.
And again, even if they do, it's still not the right thing to do.
It's just I don't know. To me, it's common sense. Liza says it's a daycare at my local gym. LOL, leaving everything everywhere. Yeah, just put your toys back where you got them. The next one, be considerate of other people's time. So somebody like and there's other people out there, we don't have a lot of time to be in the gym. We might have a 30-minute session, 30-minute available to us. Again, we don't have time always to sit and have a full conversation with somebody. Although we might love that person and want to have a conversation, that might just not be the right time. So be aware that other people might be in a rush and just let them do their thing.
And I think almost not more important, but equally as important on being considerate of other people's time. If you're on a popular machine, you shouldn't be taking 5-minute breaks, 10-minute breaks, 20-minute breaks.
That's where you let somebody
You
work
shouldn't be supersetting with a machine across the gym.
Yeah.
And if you are, just be like, hey, man, you could work in.
Listen, I wanted a superset today, but I knew if I did, it would actually be rude to somebody else. So you know what? There's other methods I can do in the gym. I do not have to superset 2 exercises. There's a time and a place for everything is how I feel. Take social cues, kind of going back on being considerate of people's time. If somebody doesn't want to talk, there are a lot of people that do not like to talk in the gym. They got their headphones blasting. They're in their zone. They're in their element.
Or if they're mid-set.
Yeah. Hi, what's up?
Yeah, if you see someone mid-set, unless they're about to die because they're doing something wrong, don't talk to them.
If somebody's mid-set, please do not hang against the
equipment. Don't be on top of them either.
You don't want to be like this, watching them do their set, waiting for them to finish. Like, let them be. Let them be. What's the best thing to keep the weight off? I want to get that
nutrition.
Bags. So D Mitch asks, what's the best thing to keep the weight off? I want it the 6-pack abs for the summer. It is nutrition. You can train the same way all year round and watch your weight fluctuate just because your nutrition changes. So you have to have the right nutrition and stick with that nutrition plan consistently long enough to allow your body to continue to drop body fat and see those results.
Yeah, here's a couple of good ones coming through.
Or dancing between sets. So Chris has watched me dance, and when you say, he goes, "Do you know you dance between sets?" I wasn't sure if that was like a subconscious thing or anything.
She
I remember it.
She does that between bites of food at dinner as well.
Chris, you should have saw me today. I looked like I was fighting demons today. I was angry. You also now know the type of music I listen to, so apologies for that.
Both
the Pauls. I got 2. If you're waiting for machine equipment, don't put your stuff near the person and wait stock close by waiting for them to finish.
Yeah. The best way to do it, if you are, politely ask them, hey man, how many more sets you got?
Some people will be territorial, and you just hope if they are taking
that's all that if they're being a dick, you can't.
That's all you can do. And also you can't superset on 2 pieces of equipment that are on opposite ends of the gym. Yeah, that's what Randy was saying before. It's
rude. Again, if the gym's totally empty and
there's a time and place for everything. If it's empty,
or if you see someone eyeing up one of them, you're like, hey man, I'm using both, but work in.
When people walk in front of the mirror doing your set. Okay.
Yes, that is a huge.
Okay.
And now this is more of a. And now
Scott.
people will take this as, oh, you need to. No, it's a safety thing. It's a safety thing.
It is a safety thing too. Now, again, if the gym is crowded, and you are now already like the other day, I was working out. Probably, I sent I think Chris an image. I was like a foot away from the mirror. And somebody still walked between me and the mirror, right? So again, I could drop my dumbbells on them. B, you're just in my personal space and it feels weird. But
and again, if you have to cross somebody, you just have to, like they're sitting in a chair, wait till their set's done, then you cross.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah. And if their dumbbell drops on your foot, that's not their fault.
Fall.
Safety. F safety. I just want to see how good I look. LOL. Oh man. All right. Be flexible with your workout routine if the gym is crowded. Like I was saying before, maybe it's not the time and place for a superset or to have 3-minute breaks in between sets when somebody else can work in with you. If equipment isn't available to you, have a backup plan. Like the other day, I wasn't able to get onto the dumbbells at all. So I did go more machine and cable based.
Or if you really do like having a strict schedule, be prepared to wait.
Correct. So Chris is another example. So he would usually go to the gym around the same time I was going, and now he's going super early in the morning trying to beat the crowd. He's made this modification, but you seem to like it now, which is great. So if you need to change your workout, your routine time,
right? And generally, the busy times are going to be that 7 to 10 a.m., 4 to 8, 4 to 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
When schools are off, you may get some weird timers there, but yeah.
When someone drags the incline bench to the middle of the cables in the crowded gym. And it's always so awkward too, because those things are heavy.
And they leave them there.
Ryan, and then they leave them there.
Yeah.
So, but I do want to remind you guys. So like I do a lot of fitness programming. I do a lot of workout programming. It's a totally separate thing that we do at Revolutionized Nutrition that we offer. But I remind my clients to be fluid. I say what I write here. If I write a cable pec fly and the cable is not available, but there's a pec deck machine available, modify it. Go to that. That is a comparable swap under those circumstances. In addition, you might have to change your routine order. So maybe you want to start with your dumbbell presses and finish off with your cable work and your smaller work. The other day, I had to go complete opposite, and I'm going to tell you right now, it beat the shit out of me. So I actually started with my pec fly and scoops on cables and finished with my dumbbell presses.
Pre-exhaust.
Destroyed me, and I was more
You don't see that method around too much anymore.
Yeah, but it's good. It's actually
strategic
to do every once in a while, and I was kind of forced to do this, and I was destroyed for a week. Gym bros, that's how you know they're serious. Let's see.
Yeah, you didn't miss it.
Okay, so the next one.
Deodorant.
If it's busy, stay off your phone now.
And that doesn't mean you're not allowed a 30-second break.
Yeah.
If you need to text you change something, you do it. But if all of a sudden you're having 10-minute conversations, that's inappropriate.
Right. I get a lot of work that comes through on my phone when I'm working out. Now, if it's not something that I can answer and take care of in like 5 seconds, I need to go to the lobby, especially if it's a crowded gym. If nobody's there, whatever, if you're trying to find a song, whatever it is, totally cool. It's more of like if you're sitting there dawdling on your phone for like 5 minutes, 8 minutes.
Clearly people are watching.
10 minutes, especially when it becomes a
phone call.
Verbal, communication.
Yeah, any phone call should not be taken on the gym floor. That's just a separate thing.
Right. 4 a.m. club is interesting. The creatures of the night are still lurking in the shadows. Well, you're one of those creatures of the night now. Congrats. All right, the next one. No.
We kind of went over that first.
I'm just going to say practice good hygiene, because there could be like
if you can
religious culture. I don't know, but
if you can afford a gym membership, you can afford to not smell bad.
Just
whether that means you have to take a shower before you work out,
just good hygiene.
Or like most people just use good deodorant.
If you can wear deodorant, wear the deodorant.
If not, shower when you get there.
Whatever
or if you know you stink, handle it somehow.
Yeah.
There are ways.
There's something. It's such a awkward subject.
Carry potpourri with you. I don't.
What do people use the dry cleaner?
The cleaner. Yes.
Dry cleaner sheet. No, I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Dryer sheet. Okay, next one. Control your eccentric and concentric contractions of your lift. So don't slam your weights unless you are totally like, I need to fail this lift. I need to drop my weights, or I'm going to go get extremely hurt. it is what it is, but you want to control your eccentric phase of your contractions, of your lifts. Put the weights down as easily
Yeah.
as you can. But in addition, this is also a safety thing. A lot of these weights bounce. So they can bounce onto somebody's foot. They could bounce onto somebody's phone. They can bounce into the mirror. Do you know how many mirrors I've seen destroyed at gyms because people ditch their weights?
And toes.
Toes broken.
And honestly, you just should never be dropping a dumbbell press from the top of the lift.
Ever. Unless you're at a CrossFit gym.
No, you shouldn't be doing it there.
And then I'm like, I'm gonna walk away.
They're assholes. Sorry, they're assholes.
But in all seriousness, in these commercial gyms and a lot of gyms, just you do not want to destroy their equipment, their flooring, their mirrors, your toes, somebody else's toes. So
pretty much, if you're strong enough to lift it, you're strong enough to put it down appropriately.
Yes.
And if you're not able to put it down appropriately, you're not strong enough to lift it.
Yeah. Oh, so at Planet Fitness, whenever I lift in this one spot, there must be like a little hollow area underneath the matting. So I'll put my weights down where normally it would make not a noise. My one dumbbell would make such a loud noise because it hits this hollow spot. I'm like,
your lunk alarm.
But they haven't set the lunk alarm off of me, although I've tried.
And C4 is good.
There you go. C4 is fine. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. The next one. Wear a towel in the locker room.
Or don't, but
don't walk around naked. We have great stories back from our personal trainer days.
And this is not from any, this is every gym I've ever worked at or attended across the world. Period.
The amount of stories about hearing somebody being like completely butt naked, just talking to the girl next to her, or like the guy who's shaving in the mirror, but he puts his junk on the counter.
Again, if you don't want to get dressed, that's fine. Just leave that towel.
Just,
locked in. Or get a robe.
I think they want it to fall.
I don't even know anymore. Next.
Okay, things to not do. Okay, stare. Ooh.
Even if you're not meaning it in a creepy way and you're meaning it in an admiration way.
There's a difference. There's a difference between like staring or, like admire, whatever, but there is a difference between staring and staring. And I had this morning a stare, and it's awkward because every time you look in the vicinity, you lock eyes and you're like, no, right? Super awkward. I literally wrote that.
Well, we already covered that.
I already said that
one. We covered that one too.
Don't curl in the squat rack.
And again, that's, don't do it, but don't do it.
Don't take up a squat rack
with anything but squats, or maybe deadlifts,
curls,
or rack pulls or something. But really, a squat rack should be.
That's an oldie but a goodie. That one.
Yeah.
If somebody has their headphones on and they're locked into their zone, don't tell them to take their headphones off.
Unless they are about to get hurt or injure themselves, or there's a fire in the building.
I remember I was doing deadlifts this one time back in the day, and this guy, he stood against the equipment, was waiting for me to finish, right? And I'm dying. I'm making noises. I am breathing.
This might have been during your first prep.
I am red. I'm disgusting, sweaty, whatever. And now he's breathing my breath, and it's real weird, right? And he's like,
he thinks he's being polite.
Fuck. So I put my weights down. I take my headphones out. And then he's talking and he's talking and he's talking. You lose your pump, you lose your focus, you lose your concentration. So if somebody's in the zone, just let him be, or just give him like a pound and be like this, and then like, I'll talk to you later, sort of thing.
Again, this is kind of a separate thing, but guys, and I guess girls too, nobody owes you shit. So just because you're waiting on a girl to talk to you, she doesn't owe you conversation. Take the cue, man. Take the cue.
Yo, I got so many stories. I got so
many and the worst part is, I bet every woman in this we know who works at has a million stories.
Yes, I hate that one too. Too much talking between stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't. I worked out with this one guy once, and I'll never do it again.
Oh, that was a totally separate situation.
Oh my God. Like we went strategically to the gym together to work out. I was like, yeah, I'll work out with you, man. Sure. Like, that's fine. We got through
2 exercises?
One exercise in 2.5 hours. I wanted to pull my eyes out of my fucking skull. And then I told him I had to go to work, but I lied, and I really just went to Planet Fitness, and I finished my workout there in 10 minutes.
We actually went through most of these. But so Michelle wrote, don't overdo perfume and cologne. Spelled interestingly.
I don't know why this was typed up a long
time. If it's a choice between smelling bad or overdoing it, overdo it.
Yeah.
But
seriously, girls, if a guy's workout working out, doing deadlifts. Stop staring at our calves. I hate having to cover them up with socks. My eyes are up here.
What's up, Ed?
LOL. Hey, what's up, Tom? Okay, and the next one. So we're making light of things, but people going to the gym, especially around the new year for the first time, they may not feel as confident as you, as secure as you. Don't make them feel any more uncomfortable than they may already be.
And a big part of this is you don't know anyone's backstory. It's easy to talk about, the morbidly obese person. Yes, we should cheer them on, obviously, but I'm talking about anybody at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know their story. You don't know why they're there. They may have had trouble getting out of the house. They may have massive anxiety. They may think everyone's looking at them already, and you doing it just adds to it.
Right. Because we usually say, when people are at the gym, their biggest thing is like, I don't want people looking at me. And to be honest with you, they probably aren't.
So don't be the person who breaks that rule.
I think when I first got into the gym, I had mentioned something like that. And I think it may have been Pete, actually. He goes, don't worry. No one's looking at you. You're not that important. And I was like,
you're right.
You're right. That's awesome. I love that. So it was actually, that like locked in my head forever.
But also this goes into another part of it. Don't give advice unsolicited.
Oh God.
If you are a trainer, maybe, and let me define this trainer. If you're a trainer working your floor hours at that gym that you are working at right at that point, and even then you should be trained in how to properly approach people, and there's a way to do it, so that's separate. But if you're not working at that facility at that moment, just don't, unless it's a massive health risk.
Massive injury risk. I don't know, but I've always liked to, back when I used to be a personal trainer, I always liked to build a friendship and a rapport with somebody before even ever offering advice. And that was my job, was to offer advice. But I would like to at least build some sort of friendship with this person before being like, hey, can I show you this? I don't know. It's just how I handle things.
If they want advice, they're going to ask for it. So.
Or just be like, hey, if you ever want any tips, just come up to me whenever you're ready.
Yeah, you can put it like that.
Just don't make people feel uncomfortable. And
especially if it's like we're talking advice, like they're doing it 95% right. You're like, oh, that wasn't perfect. Let them fucking be. if they're like a health issue where they're really, really, really just doing it very wrong, fine.
Right.
But if it's just not perfect and that person's clearly new with this, let it be.
Yeah. You can usually take social cues if somebody's looking for help or not also. And the last one we have here is don't be creepy.
And I wish I could help you with that, but
if you're unsure if you're creepy,
you are.
But if you're unsure, run it by me. I'm a creepy person. I'm super willing to let you know if you're being creepy or not.
Honestly, I got to be honest.
Michelle's creepy.
If you're concerned if you're being creepy and you don't know, don't do it.
Yeah.
If you don't know if it's going to be creepy, just don't do it.
Yeah, just run it by me. I'm happy to help you guys out and gals, But again, if you're new to this, obviously this is very casual.
But also, I just want to. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But also, this doesn't mean you can't. There aren't people who are welcome to conversation. Are people who want help. Are people who want to, maybe go on a date with you at the gym. But there's all social cues. Read them.
Mm-hmm.
Read them.
That's how we got linked up.
And the cashier saying hi to you doesn't count. If you know, you know.
True story. If you know, you know. Oh God. Well, not everybody's gonna know that. But that's a story for another time. So again, if you're new to this, thank you for joining us tonight. Again, we like to keep this casual. We like to keep this real. And we are always here for you. If you have questions, comments, concerns, if there's a topic that you want us to discuss in the future, let us know. We want to be able to provide value and education for you guys and some laughs along the way. So hit us up anytime. If you are struggling, reach out to us. If you're not a Rev member and you're struggling and you're curious about what we do, reach out to us. Reach out to revolutionizenj@gmail.com or check out our website, revolutionizeusa.com.
And as well, if this is your first live or you're interested in seeing more of this stuff, we now have most of the backlog on Instagram Reels as well as on YouTube.
Correct.
Under YouTube, it's under the regular YouTube videos and playlists, and as well as YouTube Lives.
Yes. And we do offer complimentary initial consultations. So come on in.
Yes.
See what we got going on, and we will be here for you.
Yeah, thank you, guys. This was fun tonight.
All right. Bye, guys. Have a great gym experience. Whee!
Or don't.
Oh, have it.